What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Renaissance-Bodybuilder, a sneak peek into my mental health journey as I navigate through what it really means to be on a journey of self-discovery. I am your host, Michael Otule. Welcome. Welcome to another episode. Let's start off the show with how I'm feeling. I'm feeling pretty good at the moment. I hesitate because lately I've just been like, I don't, and let me know if I'm speaking from a place of being alone. But I feel like it's like I'm driving a car one day, I'm in control, I'm doing my thing, thizzle, but then the next day I'm like on the top of the car and the car is driving at 100 miles per hour and I'm holding on for dear life. Like some days I feel like I'm good, I'm in control, but then some days I'm just like, bro, what is going on? Like I'm holding on for dear life. But besides that, I have actually just been to myself a lot lately. And I think it's more so because some of the steps that I want to take, some of the decisions that I have to make when it comes to like my brand, my business, what I want to do with my life, I want it to be solely me making those decisions. I don't want someone else's opinions or someone else's judgment or someone else's doubts to kind of creep into some of the Delulu plans that I have for myself, because I need to believe my delusion so that they are successful. And I can't keep doing that if I'm like listening or if I like even just kind of run my ideas through people and they tell me their opinions, then I start like seeping those opinions in, and no, I don't want that for my life right now. Like I just want to kind of just focus on hearing my own voice, and that's what I've been doing. Great. However, sometimes I get bored. Sometimes I get really, really bored. And then that's when I go out and I do other things or join or start doing activities. Like, for instance, I joined a run club. Daddy trying to find a man. No, I was playing. I joined a run club. It's called District Running Collective, I believe. Here in DC, they meet every Wednesday and Saturdays. You have to sign up. Just go to the Instagram, hit it up that way. But yeah, man, great group of people. Good looking men. And women too, of course. It's a really good run club. They have, different speeds that you go. It's for all levels, I should say. And I've been enjoying that. My shin splints have not been enjoying that, but I just recently bought new shoes. I bought those shin splint sleeves that go over your shins. So your boy's ready, because I know this is like the next phase of my life. Now I'm taking the necessary steps to make sure that we are all still good. Another thing that I've also been doing is taking myself out on solo dates. I went to the So Far concert. If you have not heard of So Far concert, the organization that showcases local talent. So obviously they go to like different cities. They either go to different cities or they have locations in different cities. And then you get to see like local talent from your city. Was I nervous? Hell yeah, I was nervous. Though I do go places by myself, I was going with the intention of meeting new people, enjoying the environment, feeling the vibes and stuff like that, and not worrying about like how I look or what I smell like, if somebody's gonna like me, etc., 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 right? But to that point though, one of the things that I feel like I still have to, or is maybe a little hurdle for me, is the thought of disappointing women. I don't know how hard it is out there for y'all in the dating scene, but lately, when I do find myself in straight spaces, I do gravitate towards talking to women. Then I also feel like those women think I'm trying to talk to them and or connect with them in a way. And in the way I know this is because something surrounding to where I would have to say what my preference is will come up and I could see it in their face. It was just like, it's like damn. Coming up though, it's my birthday. So speaking of solo, I want to take a solo trip. And I've been thinking, I think I thought about this way too late. So I was just like, I want to think of a solo trip that I can go real quick. And that place would be New York. I've always wanted to go to New York by myself, but I never, I guess, got the opportunity to. So I'm taking this opportunity. The next time I do a solo trip, I don't want it to be domestic, but I don't want it to be like an international. So I was just like, Mexico is like perfect, like a perfect introduction to a solo trip, right? But by time I was just like ready to just pay for it all and do all the things, I was just like, the price is way too much than I'm like for right now, because again, we are saving. Okay. So I was just like, but I still want to get out of here. So yeah, I chose New York. During that weekend, though, there is Anime Night NYC, almost like a Comic Con, if you will. Don't know what I'm going to dress up as. Don't even know if I am going to dress up. So we'll see. I've never been really big into costumes, like even for Halloween. However, I feel like the more I go to these things, the more I get or surrounded by people who are like huge fans of anime and they dress up as them. I feel like the more I get around those type of people, the more I'll be more comfortable to I just go ahead and dress up and do my thing. And the funny thing is, every time I say I don't know what I want to dress up as, a lot of people say dress up as a character with their shirt off, right? And I'm just like, I don't want to have my shirt off in front of all these people like that. Like, I got to think of my comfortability too. This is a costume, and we not, at a party doing our thing. That like it's not dark. It's like light. Like everybody can see me. It's just like I ain't trying to have that much attention. That's even if I have that much attention. So, see, I start overthinking. So it's a no for now. Okay, but also during that weekend, there is a mental health block party held by Darkness Rising Project. It's a nonprofit that helps Black and Brown people with free mental health resources. This block party is going to be on August 23rd from 2 to 6 at Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Plaza in Harlem. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. But then also just party. The biggest thing that I love about NYC is just like, you never know where your night could take you. Like if you are willing, it could be a really great night. So that's kind of the things that I want to do for my birthday. It's definitely gonna be, like I said, a solo trip. So I'm just gonna be going with the flow, doing whatever I want to do. No itinerary. Have some people I want to see up there too. So make it a little better. You feel me? But yeah, that's how I've been feeling lately. I also want to add this whole DC takeover thing. I just want to say, be careful out there, y'all, especially us. Just really be careful. Still live your life, still do your thing, and hang on. We got 3 more years of this thing. Also, while I'm here, prepare yourself. Make sure you have like the necessary things if you need to up and leave your home, like real quick. If you need to up and leave your area real quick, just make sure you have the necessities. Not trying to scare you, just trying to warn you. So moving on to the 3 affirmations I found favorable this week, starting with I choose myself first. So this just kind of goes along with, how I've been feeling lately, just wanting to choose myself, wanting to hear myself in all my decisions that I make and anything that I do. I just want to make sure that I am happy first and then move on from there. Who said it? I think it was Ayanla, where she was just like, my cup needs to be full first. And with the overflow, that's when I can give. So same concept. Next one is I am allowed to take things at my own pace. This one really touched me this week because I think a lot of what I said in the beginning of how like I sometimes I feel like I'm in control and sometimes I don't. I feel like a lot of it is me also pressuring myself like, oh, I should have been had this done. I should have been done this. I should have, been had, set up all of this stuff. But in reality, yeah, I should have, but also take your time. I rather live life than have life control me. There's no rush to this thing, bro. Whatever you need is for you. Just remember that. All right. And then lastly, I am fearless and take risks with confidence. This one is definitely something I need to continue to tell myself over and over because I don't feel like that right now. I want to. Talking to one of my friends, he mentioned like you have to take risks. Like if you want a beautiful big life, I need to be able to take risks, whether that be financially, whether that be personal risks. I just need to be able to like move or even just change my mindset around certain things, especially with money. Like I know where I got my mindset with money from, and it's from my mom. Like that whole, and it's not a poor mentality. It's just more of a like a save. save mentality. Buy only the things that you need and just save the rest. Like that's the mentality that I have, to the point where now anytime I like try to like spend or do something like that, I'm just like, oh, now I gotta like save this all. I gotta save this all back up and do this. I just want my relationship with the money to be different. Once I change my mindset around that, I will be able to now make better choices. I will be able to take risks, financial risks that can actually impact my life in a major way. That one, I am fearless and take risks with confidence, is something that I need to reiterate over and over and over and over again. These affirmations come from an app called I Am. You can find them in your app store. They have tons of different categories full of affirmations that you could choose from. You can also make your own and even record it in there too. So definitely check it out. So on to what this episode is about. Not letting your past define your future. This topic came to me as I am obviously sitting to myself, listening to myself more. I'm starting to realize like I let me trying to bury my past, trying to bury like some of certain points of my past, get the best of me and maybe even like hinder me from being able to put myself in like certain positions, from getting certain opportunities, just because I felt like I didn't want people to know. I didn't want people to like, start prying. And for the most part, I was still very much ashamed of of my past. And what that past is that I used to be an escort back in Houston. The story behind that is, so for those of you who are new, I was kicked out of the house, say around like 21, right before graduating with my master's, because I went on a weekend rendezvous with some guy that I was talking to in a different city. I then left my glasses there and I told him, hey, can you send them back? But keep it cute because I stay with my mom and she's very like in my business. He sent my glasses, but with a love letter. I wasn't home. My mom found the letter with my glasses. She opened it up, read it, looked him up, found his Facebook, printed that out, printed a copy of the letter, and then called my dad for an intervention. So right after all of that, I got kicked out of the house, like literally the next day. But truth be told, I was so ready to get up out of there. Anyways, that's another story for another day. But after that, the job that I did have was not paying enough for like basic necessities. It was just getting me barely through rent. So I was presented with the opportunity from a really close friend of mine who, was just really a really helping hand for me, bro. Like I thank him to this day for even just kind of introducing me to that world, because I just know I learned so much, not only just about myself, but about people in general. When he presented me with the opportunity of, becoming an escort, I was just like, bro, what? No, I'm not doing that. But then I slept on it for a week. I asked all types of questions like, how much should I charge? How would people not know it's me? How much should I show? All of those questions, all of it. Just make sure that I, had all my I's dotted and T's crossed. After a week, I was just like, fuck it, let's do it. I set me up an account on Ritman, and like probably like the first second night, bro, it was on and popping. It was a lot of more of my specialty, I guess you could say, was like masseuse, and then sometimes with a happy ending, obviously with more money. And then if you wanted more, the price would just go up from there. But yeah, my main goal going into it was to find a job, not thinking that this was a job for a lot of people. And I met a ton of different escorts, bro. Like those are some really, really interesting, fun people. Their mind, how they think is totally different from like, say, a regular, not regular, but like from what I was taught. I'll just say that it was so different and very, very fascinating. That's how I learned how to like, price myself, even though I'm still severely underpricing myself. I missed out on a ton of money because there was a ton of other escorts that I met along the way who were making big money and doing way less than what I was doing. Granted, I did really enjoy though what I was doing just because of the aspect of I felt like I was helping these men, like, or couples. Because most of the time when we're talking, we're like talking about real shit, like what they going through, any problems that they have. We would just talk it all out. And I just felt like it was really cool to be in that position to help them or even just be a vessel so they can, vent, because most of these people didn't necessarily have a safe space to vent just because they're put it on the front or have to perform for certain people, blah, blah, blah. So, with that being said, I was super, super, super ashamed of that. I even told myself that I was taking that to my grave. I don't care. I was not telling no boyfriends. I was not telling nobody about that, right? But after a while, I just started getting really comfortable with the idea of that, like, that is my life. I did it. I actually liked it. I enjoyed it. And I met great people. Like, none of them are my friends now, but still, I met some great people along the way. And I tell myself often, like, why should I be ashamed of that? Yes, I was trying to hide it. Yes, I was trying to, not show or not tell anyone. But I think it's the stigma that I, even put on it, or tradition has put on doing anything outside of tradition. Obviously, growing up, that was really ingrained in me. So that's where that kind of shame came from. And honestly, it wasn't until like recently where I'm seeing a lot of what we call sex workers now just really owning their shit. Like, yeah, I do it. Yeah, I have an OnlyFans. Yeah, and so what? You gonna pay for me or not? Like, you gonna pay or not? What's up? What's tea? Like, and I respect that, like, wholeheartedly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna do what they need to do to make it. And for the most part, a lot of them do it just because they really want to and they really enjoy it. They like it. And it's easy. So why not, bro? So with that in mind, let's get into the notes that will kind of all make this make sense. Acknowledge the weight of the past. Past experiences like mistakes, traumas, failures, wrong turns can feel like permanent stains, which can manifest into shame, guilt, or feeling stuck. So this goes back to my episode of, acknowledging how you feel in every situation. Put that here to where you're acknowledging your past, acknowledging like how you felt during those times, so that like, all right, moving forward, I don't need to feel this way, especially after you own it. Yeah, there's no need for that, right? The illusion of permanence. We often treat past events as if they have power over us forever, but the truth is the past is unchangeable, but its meaning is not fixed. Again, the past is unchangeable, but its meaning is not fixed. So I can't change what I did in the past. However, the definition that I put on myself, the stigma that is behind all of that, that changed for me in the most major way. Especially, like I said, after seeing other people really own up to their shit with zero shame, I was like, I want that. So yeah, I did it. Reframing changes everything. So instead of I messed up, try I learned something valuable that will guide my next move. For me, for instance, what I did back then was deplorable in the Christian church. But the lessons that I learned from that, the people that I met from that, I can never take that away, nor can I get that anywhere else. So with that, that also nods back to episode 5 of season 2, where we're removing negative connotations, basically changing what the meaning or what we say, how we say things, so that it benefits us in the best light possible. All right, next one is tools for moving forward. Practicing self-forgiveness, which way easier said than done, totally understandable, but necessary. Surround yourself with people who see your potential, not your history. Don't you hate those friends that like always like bring up the past? We are in the present, bro, and let's stay right here and create new memories. Let's create things to just talk about, right? And then focusing on daily choices that align with your future self. So this one is just basically constantly making choices that are your own and that will benefit you in the future. Literally something that I'm said at the top of the show that I'm really practicing at the moment. So here's a challenge for you guys. I challenge you to identify one belief from your past you're ready to release. For me, I released the shame that I put on being a sex worker. Now, with that, no one can use that against me because I own that shit. I did it. Now what? One funny thing my friend used to tell me, especially when I first started this, and I was just like, what do people find out? Blah, 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 blah. He was just like, look, one easy thing you could say is while you sitting up here giving it away for free, I'm getting paid for it. Minus the fact that that actually almost really hurt me in the most dangerous way, to the point where it was just like the only time I was gonna have sex is if I was getting paid. That's when I knew. I was just like, I should probably get out of this. Anyways, so that was the episode, guys. Like, please leave your comments below. I would definitely love to hear your stories on what you want to release, and let's chit chat about it. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share, and definitely watch the shorts. Bring up those views, baby. Thank you very much. Till next time, peace.